National Action Plan on Climate Change.
डर मत, टाइगर है ना, ब्लैक टाइगर सीमेंट.
Welcome to Hornbilltv. This is your anchor, Kekrizanya Salon. You're now watching Prime Time. First, the headlines. Following the allegations of foreign interference by India and China in the last two federal elections of Canada, the Ministry of External Affairs said on Thursday strongly rejected the allegations, terming it as baseless. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge released black paper against the Modi government on Thursday, February 8, in response to the white paper said to be brought by the central government in the ongoing budget session of Parliament. The Minister for Border Protection and Development of Assam, Atul Bora, told the State Legislative Assembly on Wednesday that Nagaland has encroached into Assam's territories for as many as 28 times in the last 2 years. The Monetary Policy Committee of the Reserve Bank of India in its February review meeting unanimously decided to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 6.5%. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in details. Following the allegations of foreign interference by India and China in the last two federal elections of Canada, the Ministry of External Affairs said on Thursday strongly rejected the allegations, terming it as baseless. MEA spokesperson Randir Jaiswal said that it is not government of India's policy to interfere in the democratic process of the other countries. In fact, quite on the reverse, it is Canada who has been interfering in India's internal affairs. He said India has been raising this issue regularly with them and to continue to call on Canada to take effective measures to address the core concerns.
There are reports about Canadian Commission inquiring into foreign interference, and there have been some related developments as well. We strongly reject all such baseless allegations of Indian interference in Canadian elections. It is not Government of India's policy to interfere in democratic processes of other countries. In fact, quite on the reverse, it is Canada which has been interfering in our internal affairs. We have been raising this issue regularly with them. We continue to call on Canada to take effective measures to address our core concerns.
The national spokesperson of AICC, Dr. Sharma Mohammed, while speaking at Congress Bhavan in Manipur, said the Agnipath scheme launched by the government of India is a big scam and Rahul Gandhi will launch a new full-fledged campaign against the scheme. The campaign will be of 3 phases, starting from 1st February to 28th March. She said before launching the Agnipath scheme, not even the Army General of India was consulted. She said Jai Jawan campaign of Rahul Gandhi will expose the shortcomings of the Agnipath scheme, as even after being recruited for 4 years, an Agniveer of a soldier recruited through the scheme will be left jobless to suffer mental and social trauma. By launching this campaign against Agnipath scheme, Rahul Gandhi wants the youth of the country to become aware of injustice done to them.
2019 to 2022, a rigorous selection process by the army to recruit new people into the army. They cleared every recruitment thing they had to do. But what happened in 22? They did not get their jobs. Why? Because Narendra Modi ji all of a sudden felt that he had to bring in a scheme or a thing called Agnipath. And the people, the army men, instead of being called Jawans, they called Agniveer. Like, suddenly he thought of demonetization one fine day. Like he did the lockdown during COVID in 4 hours. This is another thing which he started. And we all should understand that he did not consult the army. Former Army General Navarane said clearly that it came bolt out of the blue. That's what exactly he said. Now, these people who had applied, these aspirants. They applied to the Indian Army, the Indian Navy, and the Indian Air Force. Jai Jawan campaign, which the Congress party has launched on the 31st of January, has two important components. One is to give these 1.5 lakh youth who went through the recruitment process, who went through the rigorous questioning and selection process, to give them their jobs. And the other one is to remove or stop Agnipath and go back to the old recruitment scheme where people join the army because they want to serve the country. They're passionate about it, not because they want a 4-year job. This is not a corporate thing. Mr. Modi wants everything to be a corporate way of running things. He wants to do everything in a corporate way of running things. But army is not that. People give their lives for the country. We are doing this in 3 phases. The first phase is called Sampark, that is mass contact. It is from February 21st to the 28th of February, 28th. Now, what are we doing in this mass contact? Every Congress worker all over the country will go to families of defense families, of the present defense families, former defense families, and ask them to fill up a form. And also the youth in these families or elsewhere are preparing for these recruitment processes. They have to join in support. Once these forms are filled, we will be getting their signatures and the information will be recorded in a digital form, along with a Nyaya Patra sticker. So a Nyaya Patra sticker will be put outside the door of all these people who have enrolled in this mass contact procedure. Phase 2 is Satyagraha. What is Satyagraha? To reach out to as many youths possible and families and to tell them the truth of what is happening in the army, about this Agnipath scheme of Mr. Narendra Modi.
We'll now take a short break. We'll be back with more news.
डर मत, टाइगर है ना, ब्लैक टाइगर सीमेंट।
Nowadays, everyone is purchasing Amrit Sam.
Why won't they buy? Quality, the best. Price, the best. Technical service, that too is the best. And on top of that, the strength of CSH gel.
Even Engineer Saab was talking about it. What is it?
It is like Amrit for homes. See here, foundation, roof, lintel. CSH gel adds life to every dhalai. With Amrit Sem, your home becomes immortal. When the whole country is building with Amrit Sem, what are you waiting for, Janab? Amrit Sem powered by CSH gel. Har dhalai ki jaan.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Home Affairs has recommended for the immediate suspension of free movement regime between India and Myanmar. Posting on X, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's resolve to secure the country's border, and the Ministry of Home Affairs has decided that the free movement regime between India and Myanmar be scrapped to ensure that the internal security of the country and to maintain the demographic structure of India's northeastern states bordering Myanmar. He further posted that since the Ministry of External Affairs is currently in the process of scrapping the FMR, the MHA has recommended its immediate suspension. The Minister for Border Protection and Development of Assam, Atul Bora, told the State Legislative Assembly on Wednesday that Nagaland has encroached into Assam's territories for as many as 28 times in the last 2 years. While replying to Leader of Opposition Debra Brata Saikia questions on the issue, Bora informed that the House in the last 2 years there were 3 encroachments on Ugrujan Grant village in Nazira circle of Sivasagar district. However, it was prevented from advancing. He also mentioned that the forest officials, police and authorities visited the site and demolished illegal structures within Assam's territory on the forest area at Smitipur under Sivasagar district, Galeki police station on the December 10th. He mentioned an incident where 40 people from Nagaland's parent entered Harailo village and demolished some houses there, claiming that the area falls within Nagaland. He said in the Karbi Anglong district along the interstate border with Nagaland, there have been as many as 21 instances of encroachment into Assam's territory from the Nagaland side in the last 2 years. Replying to another query by the opposition leader, Bora stated that the reports of the Nagaland government obstructing the construction of an embankment in the state's Golaghat district close to the interstate border are not true. Atul Bora said that obstructions from the Nagaland side were witnessed during the construction of embankments on the rivers Mera and Geo. It was stated that the matter was resolved by the involvement of the district magistrates along with the police and central forces posted in the area. The 13th session of the 7th Arunachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly commenced today in Itanagar. Its inaugural day of the state's interim budget session was graced by Governor Lieutenant General K.T. Parnaik, who while addressing the August gathering emphasized on the state's overall achievement in various sectors including health and healthcare schemes. The two-day budget session is expected to delve on development issues for an all-inclusive growth of the state. The State Cabinet gave its clear nod for the creation of two new districts, namely K.E. Panyor and Bichom districts by maintaining traditional boundaries of both districts' jurisdiction. K.E. Panyor district would be bifurcated from Lower Subsansiri district with Yachuli as its headquarters. The Bichom district will be formed by bifurcating West Kameng and East Kameng district with Lapungpong. State Home Minister Bamang Felix, while briefing media persons at Arunachal Pradesh Civil Secretariat at Chief Secretary Conference Hall on Monday evening. The Bichom district demand was a long-standing of Sajolong Puroik and AKA communities.
देखिए, जो भारतीय जनता जो पार्टी है वो केवल सत्ता में बैठने के लिए या गवर्नमेंट में होने के लिए हम लोग चुनाव नहीं करते हैं। अभी डेमोक्रेसी है, लोगों को सर्विस में आने के लिए तो कोई ना कोई पॉलिटिकल प्लेटफॉर्म हम लोग को मतलब चाहिए। तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो है बहुत अच्छा एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है। इसमें होता है कि सेवा भाव से हम लोग काम करते हैं। चुनाव का जो हिस्ट्री है हम लोगों को बिल्कुल इसका चिंता नहीं है, क्योंकि डे वन इटसेल्फ हम लोग पूरा लोगों का सेवा में ही हम लोग अपना लाइफ को तैयार कर देते हैं और जितना हो सकते हैं हम लोग गवर्नमेंट का जो डिलीवरी मैकेनिज्म उसको लोगों तक हम लोग पहुंचाते आए हैं। तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सरकार अभी 7 साल से ज़्यादा हो गया, करीबन 8 साल हो रहा है अरुणाचल प्रदेश में। अब इसमें जो डेवलपमेंट का पैरामीटर्स को अगर देखा जाएगा तो ये अपने आप में ही एक ऐतिहासिक है। इट इज़ हिस्टोरिक इन इटसेल्फ। इतना प्रकार से इतना फास्ट डेवलपमेंट अरुणाचल प्रदेश का हिस्ट्री में कभी भी नहीं हुआ है। इसका पूरा मैं क्रेडिट देता हूं अपने पार्टी को और साथ साथ अपने जो यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री है नरेंद्र मोदी जी का लीडरशिप पर, जिन्होंने अरुणाचल को पहचाना, अपने नॉर्थ ईस्ट को जिन्होंने पहचाना। यहाँ का चैलेंजेस के ऊपर में उनको पूरा ज्ञान है और यहाँ के जो पोटेंशियल्स है उसके ऊपर में भी ऑनरेबल पीएम साहब को पूरा ज्ञान है। तो लास्ट 8 इयर्स और पीएम साहब का जो टेन्योर रहा है उसमें अरुणाचल को बहुत सपोर्ट मिला है। अगर डेवलपमेंट का पूरा गिनेंगे तो काफ़ी टाइम लग जाएगा। तो इस बार का जो हमारा सेशन जो चल रहा है 2 दिन का सेशन है, ये बजट सेशन नहीं है, ये जस्ट वोट ऑन अकाउंट सेशन है। रेगुलर बजट जो है चुनाव के बाद में जून में हम लोग रेगुलर बजट केंद्र सरकार में बजट पेश करने का बाद में तो हमारा राज्य में भी जून में हम लोग उसको पेश किया जाएगा।
आज असेंबली में वोट ऑन अकाउंट्स पास हुआ है क्योंकि अभी ये इलेक्शन ईयर है तो इसीलिए रेगुलर बजट पास नहीं होता है। तो इसलिए हम लोग 4 महीना के लिए हमें जो दरकारी जो चीज़ है, जो हमको सैलरी वेजेस देना है और CSS स्कीम कुछ स्कीम पास करना था, उसी हिसाब से हम 1 अप्रैल से लेके 31 जुलाई तक 4 महीना के लिए हम वोट ऑन अकाउंट्स में जो हमको जो अमाउंट का दरकार है उसको हम लोग पास कर लिया है। उसके बाद जो नया सरकार आएगा वो रेगुलर बजट पास करेगा।
सारा इशू को कंसीडर किया गया ना सर इसमें?
सभी इशू को जो हमारा OCOE में जो भी पैसा चाहिए, सैलरी वेजेस में जो भी पैसा चाहिए, जो भी दरकारी चीज़ है हमको, उसको मद्देनज़र रखते हुए हम लोग ने वोट ऑन अकाउंट पास किया है। और इसी बीच हम 2 डिस्ट्रिक्ट का भी जो रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिल वो पास हो गया है, वो यानी कि अभी हमारा 28 डिस्ट्रिक्ट बन गया है। तो आज से हम
सर चुनावी साल है तो
चुनावी साल है, हम गियर लगा चुका है। हाँ, हनुमान गियर हम लगा दिया है, हाँ, चुनाव जाने के लिए।
इसलिए राम जी का भी आशीर्वाद
तो राम जी का भी आशीर्वाद है।
That was on the 13th session of Arunachal Pradesh. We'll now take a short break. We'll be back with more news.
डर मत, टाइगर है ना, ब्लैक टाइगर सीमेंट।
We invest a lot on healthy living. Are we taking equal care to prevent HIV? Avoid risky behavior.
Welcome back. Heading on to the next news. It's not just a bad cold weather outside, but even the current political climate in India has gotten quite gloomy. It has now come down to black pepper versus white pepper. Some party leaders terms it as childish politics, while some are enthusiastic about the BJP to introduce a white paper against the UPA era. Now that the opposition has dared to present a black paper against the ruling party, a big showdown in parliament is expected. What's all this about? Let's have a look. As it's flashing on every news headlines, Mallikarjun Kharge has released the black paper this morning. With the release of the black paper, it will highlight the alleged failures during the 10th year of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So why is the Congress party is reportedly preparing a black paper to counter the BJP's narrative? Black papers which are used to critically analyze and challenge government policies, focusing on potential shortcomings and negative aspects in response to BJP-led government's plans to present a white paper in the ongoing budget session of the parliament. The document will typically highlight the government's achievements and outline the plans for the future. Here is Kharge releasing the black paper during the press briefing.
देख लिया देख लिया सर राइट थोड़ा सा भाई हम लेफ्ट में लेफ्ट टू सेंटर है ओके थैंक यू हम एक आज ब्लैक पेपर अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट निकाल रहे हैं क्योंकि वो हमेशा अपनी बात को पार्लियामेंट में जब रखते हैं तो बार बार अपनी कामयाबियों को सुनाते हैं और उनके फेल्यूर्स को छुपाते हैं। और जो हम उनके फेल्यूर्स के बारे में भी जब कहते हैं तब भी हमको उतना उसको महत्व नहीं दिया जाता है। तो इसलिए हमने सोचा कि एक ब्लैक पेपर इस सरकार के खिलाफ निकालना और लोगों को बताना, इस दृष्टि से आज हम ये आपके सामने रख।
There was Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge briefing the media as he releases the black paper. Now all this comes amid the news that Finance Minister Sitharaman to lay a white paper on the Indian economy on the table of Lok Sabha as mentioned by the supplementary list of business of the House on February 8. The announcement of presenting a white paper was made during the presentation of February 1 Union Budget, basically to compare the economic performances of 10 years of Congress-led UPA government with that of the 10 years of the BJP-led NDA government. The release of the black paper, which is titled 10 Saal Anyay Kal on the mismanagement of the economy prior to 2014 to aim to draw lessons. Here is a visual of Nirmala Sitharaman stating that there will be a white paper on the economic performance of the last 10 years compared to the previous 10 years. Government has got the trust, confidence and blessings of the people based on its exemplary track record of GDP, that is governance, developmental and performance.
There will be a white paper on economic performance of the last 10 years compared with the previous 10 years. The 12th announcement is so much a statement that I would like to make, which is what I made in the budget speech as well. Government has got the trust and the confidence and the blessings of the people based on its exemplary track record of GDP, as I said, governance, development and performance, effective delivery and also on Jan Kalyan. So highlighted points have been realized as goals of Vikasit Bharat till now, and they are the realizable goals also continuing to be so, because what we want to underline is we govern with good intentions, true dedication and hard work in the coming years, and that's why Amrit Kal is also now called Kartavya Kal. In short, that's the budget. Thank you.
Further, Mallikarjun Kharge, speaking to the media, said that according to the World Bank, India became the third largest economy in 2011. But Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not ready to accept the fact. Kharge mentioned that the party took 14 crore people out of poverty in 10 years. He alleged that BJP is spreading lies by circulating edited speeches. No matter how many lies are told, the data will always be available, Kharge said. Take a look.
वर्ल्ड बैंक की माने तो 2011 में भारत विश्व का तीसरा सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बना चुका था, लेकिन मोदी जी उसको भी मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं है। हमने 10 साल में 14 करोड़ लोगों की गरीबी से बाहर निकाले। इधर उधर के भाषणों को काट काट कर वो भ्रम फैला रहे हैं। कितना भी झूठ आप फैलाओ, लेकिन आंकड़े अपने से।
The exchange of black paper and white paper between the Congress and the BJP party reflects a deeply divided political dynamic in India. This battle of narrative seeks to sway public opinion on the economic performance of the past 2 decades, focusing on the UPA era under Congress and the current NDA regime under BJP. As the Congress party's black paper criticizes the BJP's government alleged mismanagement of the economy in the past 10 years, the BJP, through the white paper, intends to showcase its economic achievements compared to the UPA's performance. So far, those were the updates. As for now, this is a progressing story. We will provide you with more updates very soon. That's all for this bulletin. Thank you for watching Hornbill TV.
Because sometimes news is more than mere information.
And we all need a little more clarity on the details.
About life people